allegiance, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everybody here today. We have, everyone have a chance to read the minutes. First to move by legislator Martino, second to move by legislator Holst. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Okay. On to first resolution, IT1. A resolution to delete one temporary part-time position in the Building and Grounds Department. Looking for a motion to move. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Jurgen. I believe, Rick, this is the one that was temporary as
Administrative assistant. When she retired, she came back to work a few hours to show her the work.
Okay, perfect. Anyone have any questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That carries. Okay, IT2, resolution issuing a credit to the Oswego County Land Bank Corporation for tipping fees.
Move for approval.
First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holst.
Mr. Chairman, this is, if you remember correctly, this is what we've done for the land bank since they've been in existence. They've never reached the full amount of the credit on this, so we're just gonna keep it the same.
Anyone have any questions? Any, Christine, anybody? Understood. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. IT3, resolution authoring budget modification, information technology, new capital project to fund various technology projects. Here's the discussion. Let's first by legislator Martino. Second by legislator Holst. Okay, Greg, you want to touch base on this one? Whenever it says new in a project, I read through, but
So like kind of the past one, that this one is going to replace, there are some earmarked items with a kind of a budgetary number associated with them, and some miscellaneous funds as well for ad hoc projects. A couple of these are, the first one, the HVAC system, that is kind of a more recent thing. We've had ongoing issues with that. The fire suppression system is something we looked at, I think a couple of years ago, and had some vendors come in and take a look at it. Never really got anything from them, so that's back out there. Something we would like to get done. There's presently a wet sprinkler system in the data center, which if that discharged, it will destroy everything. So there's that. A part of that was in as a capital project for this budget year, the fire suppression system. The other two items, AI software, that's been kind of a evolving thing, would be really increased availability of AI, utilization of it, and so our efforts to find a way for it to fit well into the county. What DSS has done with their Eagle implementation has pretty solid results. There are some similar results that were shared from Onondaga County. They've had significant efficiencies realized. Very much seems like something that will pay for itself for the efficiencies. Plus also, at least from the DSS perspective, they're going to get probably half of the cost reimbursed. So that makes it an ROI more attractive. The third item, which was not in my 2026 budget request either, we ran out of space. Our things have grown faster than we anticipated. More documents being scanned in and getting things digitized. We're just out of space. So rather than kind of just add what we have, we're looking at a better enterprise grade system that fits our needs moving forward. As noted in here, this particular platform, it's used by 30 other counties. Not that I would ever point out, hey, what somebody else is doing is what we should do. but it is a very good fit for us. It's expensive, for sure, but, again, that wasn't in this year's forecast, but, and then some additional funds in there for ad hoc stuff that comes up and
Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Right?
Thank you for all the research you do. I love it. My first question is, what type of fire suppression are you talking?
One that's designed for critical equipment rooms, so it'll be some kind of dry, it'll be an asphyxiant rather than a water-based system.
It wouldn't be like CO2 where you have to exit the room.
No, of course, Halon was banned a while back. The place where I came from, our system in that room, I forget what the media was, but it was exit the room. Are you going to be asphyxiated? At least in the discussions we had a year and a half or so ago, I believe the medium was not I don't recall exactly, I'm sure, but I believe they're not going to be a risk to staff.
Secondly, Greg, on this new software, we've been told many times over the years, Phil, correct me if I'm wrong, that this is like the next hottest, best system. This is going to be great. We're going to do great, and we never quite did great. Can we afford this? And do we absolutely need it this year? I'm just here. I'm thinking of money.
Afford it, yes, that's why we have a technology reserve, and as we have additional monies at the end of the year, we build our reserves with them. So yes, we can afford it. By additional software, are you talking about the AI systems and that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Greg was right, and I've had conversations with the commissioner that they are seeing efficiencies, even to the point where we're at discussions of possibly being able to delete some vacant positions there. So. So we're gonna.
AI is going to do that with a lot of legal stuff. I think.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna replace, I wouldn't replace a lawyer, but, it could make stuff up.
Well, research.
Research, yeah. But it's, the purpose of AI isn't necessarily to replace people, but it does create efficiencies, and we have vacancies, we get to look at them, so we're in that process now. So the DSS portion of this, yes, I think they can get, it's either 62 or 75% reimbursed on it, which can reimburse the capital project. Plus they're finding ways to save money with it. So I think it's a good idea, and AI is something that is whether you like it or not, it's coming. To fall behind in its implementation, I think it's going to cost you more in the long run if you let it slide.
And it might help with fraud detection and all types of things.
Yes, they've had DSS. Alan Dagger, DSS has had a lot of success with AI in doing some of the front end interviewing of applicants. So it takes some human error.
They're a little further along.
Yeah.
They're filling out applications with it as well. So there's some other potential expansion of it that could lead to more efficiency. I think with the reimbursement,
Yes.
If one position was recast or something like that, it pays for itself. You're
Wonderful. I'll
Yeah.
take your recommendations higher.
And what's nice about this one too, I don't want to go on for too long here about it, but the EVA system is, it's a closed system. DSS curates the content. That's important to me. We have to be mindful about data loss. We don't want confidential things getting out into the ether. So we're looking at some other solutions too, which part of the funding here is built into our Office 365 subscription is what's called Copilot. That's an AI engine. It is similar to what ChatGPT does. It taps into the internet. It's a curated large data set on the internet, of course. But the difference is because it's part of our tenant, part of our Office 365 tenant, our data cannot get pushed out onto the internet, out into the public space. So there's a free version of it with our subscription. My team is testing that now. I think it does a lot of the same things that the free like ChatGPT, which is also a paid model of that. But again, it's something we have control over. I bought 5 licenses for the full-blown version of it. We'll test it, see what it does. Don't know enough about that yet, and I think we'll see about maybe some other testers across the county. I mean, it's there for people to use. So if it fit the bill, that would be great, because we're already paying for that.
Thank you.
And that closed system that Craig's talking about is critically important, because if you think about the confidential data that DSS has or certain other departments, AI learns by absorbing the information you put into its questions, and then it's available to wherever else it could go. So having these as behind the firewall closed systems where it learns only from us and it doesn't go beyond us is very important.
All right, very good. Sorry.
What departments were you considering for the AI expansion?
So there's the expansion at DSS. And then we have Youth Bureau and the Health Department, and a limited scope for Health Department for their, I think their critical staff is how they term it. We also got pricing, hadn't really talked to the department heads about it. We just provided the call volume for a couple other departments that have a lot of resident interaction. So we got numbers for treasurers and for county clerk's office as well. Don't know, they're not really in scope yet, but just get a sense of what it might cost based on their call volume. That's the licensing metric. So with the funds that are earmarked in this, if those were things we wanted to pull the trigger on, we would be able to cover that.
And one other question. So the anticipated future cost for next year for the replacement system is $200,000. What's the future cost?
So this is year one, it's 200, so that's hardware, storage array. It's about 110 recurring cost.
Okay.
And I think I noted in here, it's a considerable increase over what we're paying now. So it really is a big ask. That's kind of where we are. Our needs, we need efficient enterprise grade systems. And they're not getting any cheaper, unfortunately.
Any more questions?
I would just note that some of the costs may be able to be claimed by given departments. DSS can claim certain things, Health may be able to claim certain things.
And on that point, the cooperative agreement budget, we revised that, that's being submitted to the state. So the expanded EVA cost is in our cooperative agreement with DSS. So when that comes out of this capital project would be attached to the IT budget. So we bill DSS back for that. And also this additional cost for the backup and recovery software, we were able to put that in the revised budget as well. So we can bill them back their portion of it.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. IT4, resolution fixing time and place for a public hearing relative to proposed county Oswego local law number 3 of 2026, entitled a local law amending local law number 4 of 2022, permitting ATV use on certain county roads. Discussion. Second by Senator Holst. Yep.
I'm glad Rich is here. My question is, if an ATV's on the road, are we gonna have to put a license plate on it and have insurance?
Well, both of them. Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know your ATVs, your four-wheelers, stuff like that, those are registered and insured. UTVs will be insured, but you can't register them in New York.
So this is only regarding ATVs.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so they will have a plate on them
Under state law, they're required to be registered.
and a,
Insurance.
yeah. So how do you define the difference between
Weight.
ATV?
Weight.
Yeah, so.
Anything, even side-by-sides, there are certain side-by-sides that can be registered and insured. And it goes by weight.
Can I get a plate for my Gator four-wheel drive?
Probably, it depends,
Eventually,
it depends on how heavy it is.
So it's weight related.
It's
Good
weight
to know.
related.
I just was worried about liability. That was my own.
Yeah, it's about anything under 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds and under can be registered and plated for side by side. There are states that you can register and insure side by sides.
it's kind of crazy that we don't here because you're missing all that revenue. People have them all over the place. You can actually register and insure. It's not saying you can just drive down any road because obviously you can say some things like that.
If you go out of New York State, that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves with the state, with New York State. You go out of the state, you go to South Carolina, you go to Florida, there's a lot of different states that they register, insure them, they have signal lights on them, and,
Well, these would have a signal light if they had plate, correct?
well, no, not necessarily.
No,
No, because ATVs don't have signal lights on them when they have it. But they still have to follow all the rules of the road. And we did do this in 22, we opened up, what was it, I believe it was County Road 26 off the trail, 26? Is that, or 23?
There are various segments of county roads that are already
Yeah.
open to ATVs. All this proposed law does will set a hearing on opening certain segments of paved county roads on a seasonal basis within Sandy Creek. This is only down Sandy Creek, certain segments, and it's contingent upon the town opening up its roads and connecting trails.
Yeah, but this is just a public hearing.
Right.
Right. I understand that, but I want to be clear on what I know about it. So you can have a plate on it, but you don't need directionals or lights.
You get a regular four-wheeler, you register, it costs you about so much to register. You get a plate, you get a sticker every year.
It's like a motorcycle.
That's, the side by side is a different hand. Four-wheelers, you can register those.
You technically don't have to have signal light, technically, if you, on a motorcycle, we don't technically have to have signal lights. You gotta have a hand signal light.
Well, I mean, the motorcycles, the donor cycles, I mean, create a lot of ordinance donated. So maybe that's not what I don't know.
I have a four-wheeler and I have it registered. And I think my insurance, and I have it insured too.
We've gone up on some four-wheeler rides, I've ridden with Mike and Herb, and
So I get a new.
No, that was awesome. I loved it.
we've gone some rides with the ATV club up, you know.
Traditionally, it's so you can connect two trails.
Yeah, we're trying to,
Size a different animal.
Right.
again, first of all, this is just to set the public,
I understand.
which we
but I
understand.
want to be clear
But-
on what vehicle we're setting a time and place.
At the end of the day, we're looking to attract more tourism and more, if we start working with the clubs where we can get all these clubs involved together, Jefferson, Lewis County, they have, clubs that work together, all these connections. Everybody's trying to get connected from,
They do trail and Woken, Fairhaven. I
you know exactly. We'd like to see all these trails connect from one side of the county to the other. That would, in the perfect world,
My son-in-law, it starts right behind one of his property.
it's awesome. It's like the Strongville Trails right
You
down the
ever
street
gone
from
on the
mine.
Gator yet? Yeah.
I haven't, my gator's a long way from his property in Fairhaven. Unless I get the plate, head for the sunset, I guess.
I'll have Sean.
I have to get it, I'd have to put it on a trailer, right?
How much is your gator weigh?
No, it's nothing I ever really thought about it. I bought it, so my grandson, I was more favored than my husband.
Hey, I hear you. Take care, Justin.
Okay, understand. All in favor?
Alright.
Aye. Any opposed? Carries. For resolutions. And the career review decisions, bids, bid 26 S7002, enclosed copy tractor trailer. And let's see, so the low bid is Spectre Manufacturing, 107,818, for a special pick by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holt. Anything you want to?
These are just our normal trailers that we haul around, seen them, rep trailers behind our road tractors all over the county. a number of years ago, I had to buy 5 one year because some of our trailers were very deficient. So we're down now to 1 a year. This is more budgeted.
Understood. Okay. Motion to approve the bid. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Approved. Okay, on to the next bid for Earth. Smooth solid loader tires. And number of responses with 3. Correct. The low bid is Advanced Tire at $21,400. First by Legislator Martino, second by Legislator Holtz.
What's your tire like?
I'm gonna have to check. I've actually got a picture of one here, worn tires. It's a number of years.
Okay.
It's not like you do this every year. I believe this particular loader probably has 7, 8 years of life. Been in service 7 or 8 years, so.
Do they foam fill
No, these are solid rubber. I think we tried foam film and delaminated and made a mess.
them? That'll weigh down, right?
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That carries. That's it for the on to reporting departments. First up with the Northern Ground.
All right, up to Bunner Street, Titan Roofing is up, hopefully finishing that roof in the next week or two. Weather's finally changed, they're up on it, they've been up yesterday, today, they'll be up the next couple weeks. So hopefully we get that completed. We had to reach out to other sign companies up there because the new end of the building, the sign company that got the work, they never responded to us, wouldn't respond. We've reached out to them for months. Rumor has it that they have the new Buffalo Bills Stadium, so everything else they put on hold and not taking care of anyone else. So last week we signed a couple POs to get that done. Hopefully it's within the next month or so it'll be installed. Up to Pulaski, we have crews working up there again. They've put scaffolding up, they've put plastic around, they have some heat in, so they're putting the stone on the main entrance of the building and hopefully get the stairs done up there within the next couple of weeks. That building's, it's getting close. They have the front staircase to do, and then they have the side staircase to do on Jefferson Street side. And then after that, it should be done. We have a lift coming next Monday to the courthouse here. Gymo has Lapini coming in to check out the stairs. They want to tear some stuff apart, just do some probing to get that project moving. And then after that, DSS, with that pipe breaking out there, we've started receiving lots of bills. We've had to pay lots of bills. It's hurting our budget at this point, but we're turning everything into the insurance company, into Jen. She's turning it in, but in the meantime, we're paying the bills. Rate as of today, we're up over $50,000 in bills that we've turned in, but we still have lots. It's going to be pretty expensive. We don't even know yet to the extent of everything broken. The cooling tower out there, we don't know until we can test it, and it's so we don't know yet. So there's
Rick, we're well insured though, aren't we?
we are.
We had an adjuster go out there,
Yes.
and tour the facility, and we should have very good coverage on this for not only the water, but the damage, maybe even business interruption.
Yeah, I've already met. I've met with the adjuster, We're sending and everything. My biggest worry is out of that $225,000 in my budget, we've spent a total of over $75,000 so
We're gonna
far.
have to reimburse you.
I hope so. And
We do,
a
we
little
have,
extra,
we have a
so.
rack a week, here in the Sligo County.
Pretty much.
We wreck a car a week, so we're
Right.
getting money back,
This-
pretty much.
But it just let you know right now that out of my $225,000 budget we've spent,
We
over
need bridge money, but we want it back, that was insurance.
Might have to have a little bridge money.
Rick, can we make, well, I can ask either one of you, can't highway make signs? You can make signs.
can't you?
I don't think to this extent, not all the indoor signs.
Oh,
This is not just the big signs outside. This is everything. Signs on doors,
oh.
bathrooms, this is everything, complete signage for the building. And then the last thing is, we just did a project up to the court system at the Public Safety Center, and it cost us about $30,000 total. The courts are gonna reimburse us for that whole project, but once again, we had to pay for that, and hopefully we get that money back. Well, I know we'll get it back, it's
Just
just,
686 money.
yeah, they only have to pay us, 15%, but they're willing to pay us 100% of the project we did.
That's what they said. Yeah, so they
Yeah.
understand.
So, and that's
Awesome.
what I have.
Perfect. I actually agree. I thought this was along the lines of, like I said, the highway department, those signs would be much older.
Right.
And we've already got a sign department that can make.
What color?
You can make them.
And I think Sean has helped us out up there,
He should help you out.
and he does a
What
lot.
he's here for.
But he's helped us out a lot. We have board of elections
That's what we pay him
signs up there
for.
already.
Yeah,
Ops for the agent, he puts his
just make
signs
them
up
himself.
there. And he has.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
crayons.
So,
Large crayons. Speaking of that, on the highway.
Well, I do have a few things. This Saturday is a parade for St. Patty's for Hibernians, and I just like to get a little permission to have 2 brand new plows in there that we received over the last year. I just want to throw that out there.
That's in the parade along with
They're
the
just
sheriffs. and the
Yeah, the sheriffs were up. They asked me if I was interested in going with them. So,
Are you gonna put a shamrock on the front?
well, I already got Irish flag to hang out the side.
Okay.
Good. So we got orange trucks, Irish flag, and American flag. So,
There you go.
Absolutely. I don't see where anyone would have an issue with that.
Thank God my brother's not St.
I
Patrick
was wondering,
anymore,
that
for the
was-
love of
My
God.
next question was
My
gonna be who
brother
the
was
grand marshal was.
He's a grand marshal.
I wanted to know who the grand marshal was going to be.
Thank God it's over.
But on the other note, we had a couple little meetings with the towns about snow and ice in the townships. And I just want to pass that to legislators, please. These are the rates that we're gonna like to be charging the towns, or they'll be charging us, excuse, for their equipment and stuff like that, the materials, and basically like that. We talked, they had a meeting, well, actually, the date was the 17th, I think it was. So,
And what we did, how's that, Sean?
yeah, okay.
What we did is, you know how we charge, we were gonna go by the FEMA rate. FEMA rate breaks down like each different brand as well, and it's quite extensive. Regardless, we met with the two town associations and come up with a rate that's slightly lower than what the FEMA rate is.
Wow.
But to make it, they're reimbursing them. It's, when I say slightly lower, what we did is because there's so many different brands and things like that, where it's a little more here, a little less there. What we did to make it administratively easier is just say a 10-wheeler with plow. Set up your plow, set up your sander and whatnot. We came up with the average to do that, just so we don't have, because one highway department could have 3 different.
Every township that has different vehicles.
Do they get reimbursed as taxpayers when they plow on a Sunday night on a dry road, they're just barking their way by? I've chased them in pajama pants before all the way down the highway. They love it.
They-
Only if the supervisor saying reimburse me, midnight.
So that explains it YouTube video.
Well, I mean, I don't mind about the clean out, but a dry, bare load below. It's always a Sunday night too.
Eat ice cream.
Yeah, no, we wanted to bring that forward just to let everybody,
Everybody
which
know
everyone
how
is that,
Right.
at least this way, we're trying to make it so it's
Clear.
also administratively clear, and it saves us some money on it saves them on their end on the admin end of things. Other than that, go ahead.
Okay, basically, we're cutting trees, we're patching, cleaning up the equipment from over the winter. And I'd like to thank Rick because he helped us get a little grant for new lights in our office up at the Scribe Garage. And they installed them all. I mean, it was less than half price that we paid for the lights, so we ended up doing all LED like this. So hopefully save us some money, maybe.
Oh, it will, for sure.
That's getting us on the other end, delivery charge, but.
You can't do the National Grid program?
Yeah, it was through the National Grid Purchase Program.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Good deal. Oh, yeah, you see.
But we did our garage last year and it came out nice.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Yeah,
deal.
thanks.
On to solid waste.
Well, on Sean's comment about electricity, I'm almost, my budget for my Earth Electric, I'm gonna be up next month with these rates they're charging us. This is absolutely crazy. So, I'll leave it at that for now. And, we are generating electricity and we're getting better than our 6 cents back, but it's not offsetting what we have to pay out. So, I'll leave that one there. I've just about got the numbers. I'm waiting on the treasurer's office to finish the financials, so I don't have my financials this meeting. We did 68,000 tons of material landfill. We processed 40,000 tons at the earth, and up that we got 15,000 tons back in ash, and that is part of the 68,000 tons that went into the landfill. So those are the real basic numbers for solid waste. Last month I did discuss, I've got to do an undercarriage on our newer D7. I'm going to take it out of my operating budget for now, but I may have to supplement that out of fund balance later, and that's going to be $76,000. So I'm going to get that PO in next week. The milk cat. We are going to need, because our landfill slopes are steep enough, I can't put a guy on a mower to mow our slopes. It's just too dangerous. Ventrax offers a radio-controlled mower with a brush hog and a finish mower. That costs $70,000. I'll bring that forward in the April cycle, either to supplement other equipment or as a cap project to buy that. So I'm just making you aware that it'll be coming in April. We had our heating system evaluated at the landfill. It's an old Colravac system. And in the 3 years I've been in this seat, we've had multiple people come in and say, oh no, that's obsolete, we can't fix it. Well, we finally got to the right person that can fix it. So there's some various things here. And I'll probably bring this forward later this year because we're coming out of the heating season now. The short of it is for a revamp, repair, fixing old parts for $47,000, but that does the entire garage section of Bristol Hill. This system was put in '84. So looking at what they want to do, it's really not a bad price compared to installing all new heating systems. So that'll be later this year. I just want to make you aware that it will be coming. We did award the Hastings project last month. CNS is cutting their contracts. We're looking at a completion date of the first week of August. We'll have the Hastings compactor in and back up and running. I think that's it for the major stuff. Also, I'm going to have a visitor tomorrow, and certainly I always make this offer to all legislators, committee members. Anytime you want to tour our facilities, everybody's more than welcome. So, I need to be 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay, so anybody wants to, just let me know you want to stop and see us, and either the landfill or Bristol Hill. Always happy to do tours. And I think that's all I got.
Great.
Although it's not exactly under solid waste, I just want to let the committee know that we learned this week that a monitoring well at the Columbia Mills site, the property that the county owns, at or near the former Columbia Mills site, was damaged. I don't know if a snowmobile was in high snow and hit the top of the well, but it pretty much damaged the well. So we notified DEC. We're going to find out if they're going to repair it. The site is fenced, or whether we have to repair it. If we have to repair it, we'll probably bring something in committee once we get an estimate on the repair of that monitoring well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. That's you, Greg.
You've already given us most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be brief. The network project, we're working at cutting over Bristol Hill and the Fulton building, quite a bit of cabling work we're doing in the Fulton building. We're working on running fiber. I think our next thing is run up to the second floor. Those are pre-terminated from legs that we bought. They come with pull socks on the end of them. They're pre-terminated. Very easy to do, and the cost is, it's a good, nice cost too. So very nice upgrade as part of the larger network upgrade project. That's coming along a little bit behind schedule, but we're plugging away in the ball down the field, I guess. We just got 3 AV setups for the 3 courtrooms the district attorney's office uses. And then there's a module that goes with that. It's kind of all the control pieces that can move between courtrooms as they have trials. It's an upgrade to what they have, which is not reliable. And so it'll be nice to get that in place. Those are being set up today by the vendor, and will be moved out to the site. So there was training done by my team on that as well. Hopefully my team won't intervene much anyway, but in any event, the backup data center at the Fulton building, that's pretty close to being online. There's a little bit of networking left to do, and then once we have that prepped, it pretty well stood up. There's a session with Dell to kind of fully commission the new servers and the data storage array that comes with it. Mentioned Laserfish before. That's a document repository, forms development tool. We're using it for a lot of different things. Bob Brown and other members of the team that he's trained have built a new help desk, taking the system in there so we can move away from what we have. We looked around a lot for something we found nothing we like, so we figured it was a good move to build our own. And we can add on to that and they can find other efficiencies. So by the end of the month, we'll probably roll that out. I'm working on filling 2 vacant positions, had a lot of applicants, the most I've ever had, which is great. And have a couple individuals in mind that I think we're going to make offers to. Then the camera, the video surveillance system, we upgraded the kind of the primary software. That resolved some issues. We still have the issues with cameras failing. We're working with the vendor on that. The kind of go forward plan there is to swap failed cameras out with a different brand of cameras that much better luck with. Also, there's in the course of focusing in on this and working each issue individually, we see some kind of issue having moved cameras off the legacy Cisco network over to the new network. Stuff process is a little bit different. There's the architecture is a bit different. There's something in there that we're trying to get to the root of and figure out what it is exactly. We haven't gotten to that yet, but we made progress.
Tell us they work better.
That's what I was anticipating. So yeah, we don't quite know what that is yet. So we're working on it. But there's definitely been progress made. Just 2 cameras offline right now, and they're kind of on hold because they're not accessible until the snow melts a little bit. So a little bit more. So that's it.
All right. Thank you. I got a call from Brandon earlier. He has a meeting with Martin, which is their annual spill response thing he's going over. But Sean, you may be able to give us a brief update on the future of Reshod International Airport. I only said that because I noticed you didn't have anything there to throw.
I got a phone and I got a brand new one that just came today, so I'm willing to sacrifice it.
Anything,
Basically, it's been status quo, but we're helping them out with B&L right now to get that response deal, because we had to do it at our mixed plant. And then we found out the airport hasn't been done in a few years, so we had to end up doing that. So B&L will be taking care of that.
Perfect. Okay. On that note, that is it. Would be appropriate motion to adjourn by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I think you're old money last year.